Oregon's nearly 50 alternative high schools and online schools urgently require heightened scrutiny and better state oversight to stanch their flood of dropouts, a state audit has found. Such high schools enroll just 10% of Oregon high school students but account for nearly half the state's high school dropouts, says the audit by the Secretary of State's Audit Division, released Wednesday. Alternative high schools, private and publicly operated alternative programs, and online high schools have largely dodged heavy state criticism and in some cases face no state accountability for results, it found. That is in part because officials sympathize that they face challenges not of their own making. Many students who have been ill-served in regular high schools enroll in alternative options late in high school when they are already overaged and undercredited for their grade level. But the state's failure to monitor them more closely and examine which techniques and programs are most and least effective poorly serves high school students who have already been poorly served by the public school system, the audit concludes. Together, those schools enroll roughly 19,000 Oregon students at greatest risk of dropping out. These schools and programs may represent a student's last and best chance to graduate or obtain a general equivalency degree, GED, before dropping out, the auditors wrote. The Oregon Department of Education has not focused on improving education for at-risk students in alternative and online education. Improving the performance of these schools and programs would benefit the students themselves and Oregon's economy, they wrote. Astoundingly, alternative programs that enroll 8,600 of those students are not subjected the same accountability as regular schools, the audit showed. They aren't given yearly performance ratings, their test scores and graduation rates are not made public, their per-student spending, attendance rates, and record of awarding credits are not reported to the state or taxpayers. Since at least 1998, the Oregonian/Oregon Live has published news stories calling attention to how unaccountable the state has allowed many alternative schools to be. In 2017, the state does not even maintain an accurate census of alternative high school programs and schools, the audit said. Oregon Department of Education records do not include some alternative schools and programs. The agency has also not collected student performance data that would help identify successful and underperforming alternative education schools and programs, the audit found. It's not that student progress inside alternative high schools is unknowable or unable to be measured in meaningful ways, the audit found. Other states, including Colorado, Arkansas, Indiana, and Arizona, have implemented more detailed performance reporting for alternative schools, it said. These states take different approaches. Some have included more progress measurements for all schools, including measuring academic growth and indicators of student engagement, such as attendance. The auditors concluded that, knowing more about how alternative students are doing has some obvious benefits.